Hello everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video. And as you can tell by the title and by the time, this is not one of my normal Andrew Cutter comic review videos that I do every week. Why? Because my internet's still a little screwy. I need to figure out exactly what's up with it. It only happens when I post up large and long videos, so as you can probably tell, this video is probably not going to be too long, maybe 10 minutes at the most. Kind of stings because it's a lot of comic book news to talk about, like the new Justice League United comic coming out, or Aquaman getting a second title to himself, or Spider-Man, Peter Parker coming back in Amazing #1, or She-Hulk getting another new series. All comics that I'm looking forward to, or even the biggest news of all, Lex Luthor as a member of the Justice League. Crazy news that I will talk about once I get a chance, but we're not talking about that right now. No, instead we're talking about another countdown video. A video that I want you guys to participate in. Probably already know what the topic is about because, well, I'm putting it in the title. But today, I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 5 favorite Batman moments of all time. Now, we all have those classic, grandiose, amazing, epic Batman moments throughout the years. And this video is not about those. These videos are about the personal moments, the moments that I enjoy, the moments that really stood out to me, the ones that really hit me right here. My 5 favorite moments. So while there is that, ladies, gentlemen, you have eaten well from year one, or the classic, in all your days, in all your personal life, I want you to remember Clark, who beat you, from Dark Knight. Well, there are those epic great moments. I'm talking about the moments that are personal to me, moments that stand out to me, my favorite Batman moments. So I'm going to do a Class of 5 countdown of my favorite Batman moments of all time, whether it's from movies, television, comic books, video games, anything. And as always, I want you guys to respond, whether it be in a video response or whether it be in comments. I want you guys to give me your favorite top 5 Batman moments of all time. So let's get this started, shall we? Coming in at number 5 is from Batman Hush. This moment is, I think, just such a badass, and probably the most badass of the moments on this list. It is when Superman, being controlled by Poison Ivy, is hunting down Catwoman and Batman, and basically the whole moment is Batman taking on Superman with little or no preparation. But the moment that stood out to me the most is when Jeff Loeb does the inner dialogue for Batman, and he says, "Deep down inside, Clark's a good person, and deep down inside, I'm not." That just blows up at you because Batman shows that it doesn't matter if he's facing Superman, a god, or a madman like the Joker. He's a badass through and through, and he's able to hold his own and kind of delay Superman. Sure, eventually Superman breaks out of the spell that is put on him. Not the spell, but the pheromones that is put on him by Poison Ivy. But it's just such a badass moment where Batman puts on the kryptonite ring and he says that deep down inside, Clark is a good man, and deep down inside, I'm not. And that's how he beat Clark, as he showed that when someone's endangered, granted as his wife, Clark will break through everything because he's a good person. It's just a really badass Batman moment, one that's always stood out to me in my mind. Number 4 on my top 5 favorite Batman moments comes at the end of Paul Dini's masterpiece, Heart of Hush, when after the surgery to put her heart back in to her, Selena Kyle is laying unconscious on a bed, and Bruce kind of spills out his feelings about Selena and how Hush is a dark reflection of him, and it just kind of shows kind of a tender side of Bruce. I mean, Batman's one of the most badass, if not the most badass heroes of all. So to see a tender side come from him is really rare and unique. But Paul Dini does a very good job at making this moment kind of last with you because he says, at the end of the day, even though I saw this dark reflection of myself, I want you to know that I love you and I've always loved you and you're the only woman I ever loved. And then he gets up and walks away thinking that she's not awake. And then she says, I'm awake. And he turns around and they share a special, passionate moment. And it's really a sweet time for Batman. Well, the next night he kind of gets blasted by the, RIP storyline and then gets blown up by the Final Crisis storyline and sent back in time in the Return of Bruce Wayne. But that's neither here nor there. It's a very special moment because is Bruce just letting his heart go and letting his emotions out. You don't get to see much of that. Coming in at number 3 of my favorite Batman moments of all time is the Justice League episode Epilogue. Now, this is more of a Batman Beyond moment, but it's still a special moment for me. Terry McGinnis, who has just found out that half his DNA is Bruce Wayne, is pretty pissed. I don't know why. If I found out half my DNA is Bruce Wayne, I would be happy. Super happy. But he's pissed off, so he goes to Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller tells basically a story to Terry on why, she overrode his DNA. And it's kind of a two-part to this moment. The first part is where Batman sits down with Ace and sits there on a swing and waits till her time comes. I mean, it's truly freaking tear-jerking moment. If you haven't seen it yet, type in Justice League. I think it's Justice League Unlimited episode Epilogue. And just watch it because it is going to be the saddest episode you watch. And that's number one reason why this moment is so special. But the second moment is also where Amanda Waller tells Terry McGinnis, I've met a lot of amazing people throughout my years, but none of them were quite like Batman. He saved the day time and time again on nothing but his will, wit, and body alone. And she kind of summarizes what Batman is about. He's not about powers, he's not about ability or magic. He's about a man doing the best he can to save the world and doing it with nothing but this. But him sitting down with Ace and just watching her and being with her when she dies is a really touching moment, and it definitely makes it on my list of my top 5 favorite Batman moments of all time. Number 2. This comes from the Batman storyline Under the Hood, and also Under the Red Hood, which is the DVD. But this is a really cool moment and one that always has rested with me and settled in my brain is when Jason's sitting there with the Joker and has a gun to the Joker's head and he says, "Why, Bruce? Why didn't you do it? Out of all the people, I'm not asking you about killing Dent or killing Cobblepot. I'm asking why did you allow this piece of garbage to continue to walk the earth after what he did to me?" And Bruce basically pours out that he says, it's not too hard to cross the line. It's too easy. You don't know how many times that I've thought about taking that clown away and doing everything he's ever done to everyone else. And then at the end of all, ending him. But I can't. I can't do that because I would become like him. And it's just a powerful moment between Jason and Bruce because Jason's asking him, I'm not mad that you didn't kill me, that you didn't save me. I'm mad that you didn't kill him for what he did to me because of all the people he's crippled, all the people he's killed, everything he's taken away from you. You still let this scumbag walk the earth. It is just such a powerful moment. So powerful moment between Jason and Bruce, and it's always stuck on the back of my mind. Coming at number 1 of my favorite Batman moments of all time, and this isn't even a big one. I mean, a lot of people probably never read this moment, but it's I have to say one of my favorite Batman moments. It's not about badassery. It's not about this deep darkness in him or this shining light as a hero. No, it's not. This moment happens in the story Batman Prodigal. And basically, Batman Prodigal is a sequel of sorts to Nightfall. After Nightfall, Bruce is still not 100%. He's not ready to quite don the cowl again, so he asks Dick to become Batman for a short time while he kind of gets all his affairs in order. Now, for those of you that don't know, at this point in Dick Grayson's life, Dick has really been thrown through the shitter. His relationships are not doing well. His love life is not doing well. He's failing as the Teen Titans leader. He's just not in a good place. And then he has this heavy burden put on him to become the Batman. And slowly, Dick starts to realize what it really means to be Batman because he's always been Nightwing or Robin. He's never really had to deal with the darkness that Bruce has to deal with every day. See, Dick, he can go off to San Francisco or Chicago and kind of be in one of those nice towns and have his happy go lucky friends with him at all times. But not when you're Batman. You get Gotham, the worst town of all. And I don't care if you say Bloodhaven's worse. Gotham's pretty bad. Gotham has it has a Joker. Bloodhaven doesn't have that. But Dick is going through this tumultuous time, and he becomes the Batman. And at the end of the story, Dick basically goes after Bruce, and you also have to realize up to this point, Bruce and Dick have not been seeing eye to eye. They've been having growing pains, and they kind of have a back and forth conversation. And the moment is when Bruce basically says it's okay. Stuff like this happens in this situation. And I'm not quoting it 100% correctly, but then Dick says, "In what situation?" And Bruce says, "Between father and son." And he puts his hand on Dick's shoulder. And while this is happening, Bruce has the cowl off. He's not fucking Batman. He's Bruce Wayne at this moment. He's letting himself open up to Dick, and he's basically saying, "No, stuff happens, but this is what happens between father and son." And it's such a powerful moment because it's Bruce basically saying, "I am your father. I will always love you, and I will always be there for you, and I will always back you up. And while there may be the growing pains, and while we may not always see eye to eye, I will always be there for you in your darkest times." And that, my friend, that is my favorite Batman moment of all time. From Batman Prodigal. The repairing, the rebuilding of Bruce and Dick's relationship. In just one simple gesture, one simple phrase. Stuff like this happens all the time between father and son. Oh, just give me shivers. But those are my top five favorite Batman moments of all time. I want to know what your top five favorite Batman moments of all time. There's a lot of other moments that I love, whether it was Scott Snyder's Death of the Family face off between Bruce and the Joker, or if it was Alan Moore's face off between Bruce and the Joker. There's a lot of great moments that I could have had on this list, but those five are the ones that stood out to me. Hush, Batman versus Superman. Heart of Hush, Batman confesses his love to Selina Kyle. Justice League epilogue, Terry finds out exactly what kind of man Bruce is. Under the Hood, Jason pours out his emotions to Bruce, and Bruce pours them back. And Prodigal, father and son, Bruce and Dick. So what are your top five favorite Batman moments? Comment, video, respond. I want to hear them. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.